What's up, YouTube? So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the Miami Dolphins running game so far this year. Right now I've got the Cardinals game pulled up. I'm not going to be pulling film from this because the All-22s are not out yet, and I am not using broadcast view. It will get copyright claimed in a hurry, and I'm not trying to have that problem. I even had to pause it so we wouldn't have any of the commentators talking. Because if I let any audio slip, it's an instant claim, possibly a strike or a block. So, we're not going to do that. I only pulled this up so we could take a look at the stats. Because our running game has been super inconsistent this year. We really haven't been able to really get anything major going. And I just wanted to show that, you know, Ahmed was our best runner. Well, besides Tua. Tua's up there too. But we couldn't get anything consistent with him either. Like, he had some decent runs, but nothing beyond that. But the problems we have running the football, they exist in all these games. So we don't need the Cardinals film to figure that out. So we'll use the Chargers first. We may look at multiple games. I might not look at, like, every single play. Well, for one thing, if it's a pass, I don't need it. Gaskin up the middle. Cool. Let's immediately go to this view. Let's see what happens here. So quickly, they're left with pretty much nowhere to go. And let's see why that happens. Ted Karras kind of got his ass whooped. So, actually, Eric Flowers actually has a pretty good block in Aaron Donald here. But the nose tackle really gave Ted Karras some problems. Watch this. So Gaskin does pick the right gap. There is two DBs in this gap, but this is the best spot for him to run to. But unfortunately, the nose tackle is able to get off the block. And that's been the problem. It's not our running backs necessarily. Now, our running backs aren't amazing. Don't get it twisted. They're not necessarily the best running backs in the world, but I don't think it's just purely because of that. I don't think Gaskin is terrible. Jordan Howard has had success before. Matt Breida has had success before. I don't think it's purely because they just aren't talented. I think it's more so our run blocking isn't that good. Let's see what happens here. See, that's pretty decent here. Ted Karras did a better job on this play. Robert Hunt and Solomon Kinley working well together on the right side to seal up Brockers. Eric Flowers doing okay against Aaron Donald. Kind of got beat at the end there, but Aaron Donald, so you kind of expect that. So that was a decent little run. You get some decent run blocking, and that's only 4 yards, but it's better than what we get sometimes. Miles Gaskin for no yardage. Gotcha. Let's go. Okay. Oh, that does say pass, doesn't it? No more run plays on that. Okay. Like I said, like, the run blocking just is not that good. Also, one thing I want to see too is some more misdirection. I'd like to see us experiment with that some more. So look at how the offensive line is moving. We're all moving to the right side, left side of the screen, but the offense is right side. And that means the defense is shifting this direction to go with the offensive line. But if we were to do a little misdirection and have Gaskin bounce out this way, we might be able to get something here and stop them from being so aggressive. But he just runs out of space to run. There's just nothing there. Ted Karras did okay there. That wasn't a great pass from, watch this. So, Ted Karras starts this play off well blocking, but then when he passes this dude onto Eric Flowers to climb forward, that's where this kind of goes wrong. I see. This was a miscommunication right here. Yeah, this was definitely a miscommunication. Because look, Ted Karras is coming off of this D lineman. He doesn't see this linebacker coming down. Eric Flowers does. I think Eric Flowers was expecting Ted Karras to re-pick up this guard so he can get to the linebacker. But that doesn't happen. Eric Flowers goes and blocks this linebacker, and yeah, Ted Karras gets his ass whooped. And Gaskin ended up getting no gain there because of it. Interesting. Here's a run right here. Run to the left. 3-yard gain. Gotcha. Sounds like we're following Jesse Davis. It's a bit of misdirection. Nothing crazy. Just isn't really much there. Yeah, the blocking just isn't really there. What we need at this point, Aaron Donald's kind of doing Aaron Donald things, but we need to block this linebacker. We managed that. It just isn't anywhere for him to go. Now, it's possible that Gaskin could have bounced out. He could have bounced out here. But the corner may have been able to tackle him for a loss. So the run blocking just isn't that great. That's what it comes down to. Here's another run. Because I don't think it's necessarily the running backs. Because notice, the plays that we do get, and this is why Jordan Howard isn't succeeding here. Because Jordan Howard is a power back. With a power back, you need to do power run schemes, and you need to block well. But the reason why Gaskin, and to an extent Matt Breida has had success, and even Ahmed, has at least had limited success on some plays, is because of their agility. When the blocking breaks down, they're able to, use their agility to get to the outside and make a play. Jordan Howard isn't gonna do that. He's just not that type of player. That's why he isn't succeeding. I don't think it's Jordan Howard's fault. Jordan Howard isn't a great running back, but he's not terrible. Our run blocking is terrible. The plays that we tend to do well with are when we run away from our blockers. I mean, that's not consistent either, but, interested in that. Matt Breida. Yeah, Aaron Donald was able to get off Eric Flowers. To be honest, I can't really be mad at Eric Flowers for getting beat by Aaron Donald, to be fair. It's Aaron Donald. But, you know. Myles Gaskin. Again, just nowhere to go. And he can't bounce out right because he's got this guy here. There's just nowhere for him to go. This is just a mob. And also the blocking schemes aren't that great either. It's not that creative. Now, if we have a monster offensive line as far as running the football goes, your blocking schemes don't have to necessarily be crazy, but we don't have that. It's improved from last year, and our pass blocking looks pretty good. But the run blocking still has a lot to... We could really look to improve. Direct snap to Gaskin. By the way, I think we should do this more so with like Lynn Bowden or Malcolm Perry. But again, just nowhere to go. It's more of the same. Okay, so let's go away from the Rams. Because the Rams have a great defense. Let's look at the Jets. The Jets do not have a great defense at all. They're the opposite of that. Let's take a look at the stats. Dolphins. Gaskin did have a decent game today against the Jets. Let's take a look at him right here. So he had some decent blocking right there. Get the tight end over here to seal up this edge. Solomon Kinley is making a good block. Ted Karras climbed up to get the linebacker. That's great zone. That's a good zone blocking scheme. Yeah. You're double teamed over here. Williamson isn't really in position to make this tackle because we know that Gaskin is going this direction. So yeah, and then good vision by Gaskin. It's not a massive gain or anything, but it's pretty decent blocking for us. That gets us 5 yards. Now this one is -2. Let's see what happens here. Quinn Williams makes a play here, I guess. Yeah, he sure does. What happened? Right here. Looks like he's on Jesse Davis. That probably explains it. By the way, I hate this formation, having Jesse Davis and Eric Flowers on our left side. It's a little better with Tua because he's left-handed, so this isn't his blind side. But why you were setting Ryan Fitzpatrick up like that, I'll never know. Yeah, Jesse Davis just got his ass whooped. Now, Quentin Williams is a great player. Don't get that twisted. Quentin Williams is amazing. But Jesse Davis still got his ass whooped. This ain't no run. This is, though. Ooh, this is a big run. Let's see what happens here. Probably watch the first quarter runs against the Jets, and then we'll go to a different game. So that's decent. Again, though, when we run away from our blocks, it's when we tend to do better. And I was mentioning misdirection earlier. That's what I'm talking about. We make it look like like blocking scheme wise, like we'd be trying to go up the middle, but Gaskin is going to bounce it out to the outside, and that's where we have our success because our run blocking isn't great, and we're not set up to do power running. We're just not. Solomon Kinley is good at that, but he is and Robert Hunt is okay, but Solomon Kinley is the only one of our offensive line that is actually really good at power run blocking. Everybody else is more so zone type of lineman. So we need to do more of that. And that's why Jordan Howard isn't having that much success here, because our offensive linemen just aren't powerful. That also comes from us having 3 rookies on our offensive line. They just haven't had time to get into their man bodies yet. Give them a little bit more time with the wait staff to, let them continue to get their diet right, all those types of things. Again, look at this. This is actually more of a read. They're supposed to kind of let this guy go. I think Bowden was supposed to at least chip this guy, but, that didn't happen. But Gaskin's able to bounce out to the outside. This gap is open, sort of, but he would have gotten tackled pretty quick. So he bounces it out to the outside. And this is the type of play that gets us success with the run. Doing counters, doing misdirections, using our running back's agility. This is why Jordan Howard does not succeed. He's just not that type of running back. It's not necessarily his fault. He's a power back, and he's always been a power back. We're just not built to run with power. We're just not. And because of our run blocking, that's why it's been so inconsistent against teams with decent defenses. The Jets are terrible. That's why we had some success running the football. Gaskin up the middle. And the next one looks like a Matt Breida run, so we'll watch both of these. Yeah. How does this happen? So, what they're going to do, they're trying to run up the middle, right? So, Eric Flowers and Ted Karras are going to work together in the beginning. Eric Flowers is going to help him early on, and then Ted Karras is going to just kind of take this D lineman and move them over to the right. It doesn't even matter if he's free because Gaskin is coming this way, and he would have to stop stumbling and come back this way through Karras to get to the running back. So, yeah. And then Eric Flowers gets in the way of the safety. Looks like Gaskin is dealing with Williamson, and that's what allows for this big run. I don't think it's a coincidence that when we block for the run well, we have success running the football. Now the Jets are terrible. That's a big part of why we're able to block better. Also, I want to point this out. This is why I'm happy we have Adam Shaheen. We need to get him involved more. Look at this. And I want him on this left side a lot because I do not like Jesse Davis or Eric Flowers. Get him on this left side to help this side out. I feel better about Robert Hunt and Solomon Kinley than I do Eric Flowers and Jesse Davis. I just do. Now look at this. This is a full-on 300-pound man that Adam Shaheen is on. And he gives this guy a decent fight. He's able to stop him from being able to stop this play right away. We need to get Adam Shaheen more involved. He's a great blocker for a tight end. I think he would really help if we started using him a little bit more in the run game. Let's look at the Niners. How are we doing on time? We're looking okay. We'll watch a little bit of this and then we'll call it because, like I said, it's pretty much a lot of the same stuff. We'll watch like the first quarter of this game as far as the running goes. Direct snap to Lynn Bowden. Gotcha. Just nowhere to go immediately. What happened? Looks like Ted Karras kind of got taken for a ride. He sure did. Holy. And that's a hold. Ted Karras got blown up there. It kind of seems to me that when Ted Karras is on one-on-one situations, he gets blown up quite a bit. He did well there, though. But we're not looking at... Again, though, the pass pro isn't a problem. It's the run. All right, Gaskin. Okay. Again, the blocks are breaking down. Gaskin has no choice but to try to bounce this to the outside. Again, this is where he's using his agility. I know he's not the fastest person in the world, but the fact that he's twitchy and agile and can make people miss, that's why he's having more success than the other running backs. He isn't consistent either, but look at these blocks, man. He's just doing what he can. The run blocking is terrible. Gaskin up the middle. We'll watch the first quarter of this game. I think I said that. By the way, I do like this look, having two running backs out here. I think we really need to start doing some more misdirection. Because our offensive line just isn't that good otherwise. At least for run blocking. They're decent in the pass. He just kind of got what he could there. The blocking, again, wasn't great. But this is why. All right, let's take a look at what happened here. Great block by Chandler Cox here. This was blocked pretty well. Ted Karras just kind of fell in the way of this guy, but hey, I'll take it. Yeah, not bad. Okay. I guess this is technically in the first quarter. We'll watch it. Yeah. Immediately got blown up. What happened? He just went unblocked. That's kind of on Shaheen, actually. He needed to see this. I think he was supposed to be responsible for getting to him. But, yeah, that was his assignment. But okay. So, yeah. Basically, we need to work better on our run blocking. Ted Karras needs to stop getting blown up when he's in one-on-one situations. That'd be great. Same with Jesse Davis and Eric Flowers. Eric Flowers actually isn't terrible in the run. I just don't like him in the pass. Because Eric Flowers is a pretty big dude. I think him and Solomon Kinley are two guards at the moment. Are the only two that can block with a little bit of power. Even though I don't like Eric Flowers because I think he just plays too high and too clumsily. Just really sloppy play. But, yeah. Overall, I mean, you've seen it. When the run plays that we do have success on are when Gaskin or Breida sometimes has to completely run away from the blocking scheme. Now, sometimes it is designed to do that, but sometimes you can tell they're just looking at it and they're like, okay, the blocks are completely gone. All I can do is try to bounce out and try to recover this somehow. And that's why players like Gaskin are at least having some limited success. Where Howard, who's more of a power back and isn't twitchy like that, isn't really finding any room. He's a downhill runner, and we just don't have the blocking to support that type of running back. It just is what it is. So, yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, I appreciate you hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.